G'day guys, welcome back. Lovely to have you here today. Now, I'm going to do another video with my terrazzo chips that I made from resin the other day. And I made some coasters with them. So check out that video. I will link it up in the top right hand corner a bit later on in the video for you to see. And if you watch that one, you'll know that I had some trouble with bubbles getting caught underneath the little chips, because what I did was I lay them down straight onto the silicone, so when I unmolded there were little bubbles on the other side. So I'm going to try a different way with my coaster holder. This is it here. I designed this myself. I'm very proud of it. It's all in one, so it's not one of those that you have like separate feet that you have to put on afterwards. This is what it looks like when it's all done, like so. And I think I have made a video of this one, so you could check that out. Move that out of the way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 this one is, and I made 6 coasters the other day, so I want to do this one. I've also got one that holds 4, so it fits the round coasters. With the squares, it doesn't fit them like that way, but you know, you could put them like that, and then like, whoops, the other way. You could sort of off-center them a little bit. I've only got 2 of these, or you could just have them all the one way. But anyway, they do fit different shapes and sizes. I found these the other day. I want to practice my little waves on these. So you could do that, or like I said, you could go opposite ways and do one that way and one that way. Which way am I going? I don't know which way I'm going now. Anyway, that's what I'm doing today. So, yeah. But I'm going to do it in the same colour as my coasters from the other day. Now this mould, it's pretty deep from the bottom there to the top. It's pretty deep, so you need to use like a good casting resin. Don't use a top coat. This is the Platinum Ultra Clear. The 360 Plus doesn't like being filled very deep, so don't use it on something like this. It's a bit deep. So I'm going to colour this resin. I made up 1 cup, 250 grams. I've got the pure white from Resin. It's the same white that I used when I made my coasters. That was my inspiration photo if you didn't see my coaster video. Pretty, huh? So I made up my own chips, resin chips, to look like bits of tile, and that's what I've got here. So I've got like a peachy pink colour, a brownish tan colour, a bluey teal, pale bluey teal, and a dark chocolate. So I'm not exactly quite sure how I'm going to do this, because I've got to get way down in there. And the pieces are all different sizes. Now, I don't want to put too much in there. Let's try a little bit first. I want to keep it, I want to make it just like a milky white. I don't want it to be too opaque. But yeah, the pieces are all different sizes. So I'm going to have to just, I think what I'll do is I'm going to pour a little bit of the white, just to give it like a very thin coating, and then I'll go through and I'll place, I'll have to pick out the smaller ones because I'm getting like in between those pieces there, so I'll have to kind of place them, and then I'll top it up with more. So okay, that's way too transparent. I just want to go slowly though, because I don't want it to be too opaque. So just bear with me. Resin on my gloves. Can't take me anyway. Keep stirring it in. Okay, it's still a little bit too milky. Let's wipe my stick off. I'm just going slowly because I don't want to put too much in. I have to get some more white of that white actually. Let me just wipe my hands. I've got some alcohol spray here that I spray onto a baby wipe, and then I can get the resin off my hands. Okay, let's try this again. Actually, Won't touch there because there's the resin there from where I overflowed my cup and had to pour some back into the bottle because I poured out too much. What did I pour? I did 175 grams of A and 75 grams of B, and that gave me 250 grams, 1 cup. So the reason I want it to be kind of milky white is I want to be able to see the pieces kind of embedded into the resin. I don't want to just see like just a flat white color. I want to be able to see like through the white resin so that you can see that these little chips are kind of embedded into it, if you know what I mean. So I know you can see through this on the stick there, but when you're looking in there it looks very opaque, so I'm going to leave it like that. Alright, here we go. I'm going to spray in here into my mold. I'll move that out of the way with just some alcohol, 100% alcohol, and that's just going to hopefully stop the bubbles. Doesn't matter if you get it over the top of those little lines there because we're going to be covering the whole thing anyway. Let's spread that out. Actually, I should go and get my little silicone brush, shouldn't I? I'm doing it very gently so I don't scratch the mold. Let's put a little bit in. There we go. Hopefully we're... I made it a nice soft silicone, so it's really easy to unmold. Being a bigger, heavier, sort of deeper mold, sometimes if the silicone's really hard, it's really hard to kind of unmold them, to bend them. So here we go. Now this might just take me a little while, so I just have to sort of place some in. I'll do a few and then I'll fast forward you, I think, because I think the last video went for so long. I just need to find my smaller ones, my smaller chips. Try and get it to fit in there. Oh, there's a nice long pointy one. That'll fit nicely. And then once we've layered that, this edge here, that's your top edge. Actually, I can't pick it up now, I've got resin on me, but that's your top edge. Actually, it's a bit big. He's kind of poking through. Let's put him there. I should have gone through and picked out the smaller ones to begin with, but I didn't think about that. Oh dear. Anyway. Alright, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to find the little ones, pop them in. Try and get them to lie flat. See, I'm hoping that because I've got that little layer of white resin there, that I won't get bubbles underneath. I'm hoping anyway. So all I can do is hope. I think that's one in there. It's a bit hard to see underneath my resin. Alright, let's put a little bit of blue. I'll just do a little bit of each colour and then I'll stop the video and I'll finish it off, because otherwise you'll be bored stupid. And we don't want you to be bored stupid. It's tricky finding the little pieces to fit. No real pattern or anything, just popping them in wherever they fit, really. Okay, and some of the chocolate pieces, you can cut them down. if they're a bit big. See, now I can't remember where I've got my others. I think tweezers would probably be a good idea. I want that one to go that way. It's sticking to me. Okay, there we go. I don't think it really matters which way you put them. Last time I went to great lengths to try and put all the shiny side down and the, you know, or the matte side down and the shiny side up, but in the end I don't think you could have noticed anyway, so it probably doesn't matter which way you do it. Those in. Where do I need some more black? There. If you wanted to, you know, you cut down a few pieces to make them fit a bit better. Ooh, there's a long skinny one, that'll work just there. Alright, so getting all covered in resin. Right, I'm going to put you on pause, clean up my mess. And I'm just going to finish that so I don't bore you all to tears. And I'll come back and I'll show you how we do the next layer. Righto, so I've filled in what I could there. Didn't need a lot. And then once I've sort of placed the bigger pieces, I got one of these and I just kind of snipped off some really little pieces and just let them just sort of jump in where they wanted to, just to sort of help fill in any gaps. Doesn't matter if they're kind of overlapping. Yeah, I just thought it would be nice to have that sort of 3D kind of look to them, you know, if there's pieces on top of pieces. So that was my idea there. It's not very easy to cut with scissors. My other little tool thing was much easier that I used. It's kind of like sharp pliers, I think. I'm not sure what it was called, but it was pretty easy to use. Alright, what else do I need? A little bit of pink, peachy colour, and then we'll top them up. Lucky last. There we go. Alright, so that'll do. There's kind of, yeah, it's hard to see sort of what's underneath the white resin because as I'm putting pieces in there, it's kind of, you know, filling up, so it's a bit hard to see what's going on in there. Right, so now what we need to do is we need to bring it up to this level, and then I can put pieces all the way around there, because this bit here is this bit on top. Okay, it's like that. Yeah. Oh dear. Anyway, it's a bit hard to envisage, isn't it, sometimes? Right, so I better get this going because it's starting to warm up. Now I'm just actually going to pour on top of this piece here, if I can. Actually, I might just pour on here and then it can just flow in. I'm just trying to be careful not to displace too many of those little pieces that I've just put in. But the smaller ones will kind of float, which is fine. I'll just go and push everything back again. So this is the reason I kind of placed them first in my other video with the coaster molds. I thought, oh, if I just do this, they'll all float up I'd better place them where I wanted them first, but that didn't work. I got bubbles everywhere. So now I'm doing it this way, but they're all kind of floating up. But hopefully they'll still be in there where I want them to be. Probably not as well placed as when I first put them in, but that's okay. It'll look more natural, won't it, with them higgledy-piggledy. Right, so now we're coming up to this top layer here, and just going to put a little bit more in. So that's just covered, where's my toothpick gone, my little pointer, it's just covered this top rim here. So now I can just go along and put more pieces in, and I don't have to worry about them being too big, I don't think, at this stage. Make sure that I've covered that whole area. Now I'm going to try and sort of pick out long, sort of thinnish ones. It's hard to picture what they're going to look like. I need to tip out some more black. I'll try and pick out sort of different shapes, and trying to get them all kind of long-ish for the edge. But look, once I start pouring in, they're all going to move anyway, aren't they? So I don't think it really matters what I do here. Oops, I haven't put any much brown in. Oh, there's a nice pointy one. I like the pointy ones. It's starting to move already, isn't it? And then you think, oh look, there's a nice little gap, I'll put one in there. And then of course you pour resin over the top and they all move. Maybe I should just put a thin sort of coating over the whole thing. This is what we need to do, we just need to chuck them in. Chuck them in. This is faster, isn't it? And then I do want to get some more little tiny pieces as well. It's got to be being aware that my resin's starting to warm up. It looks pretty already, doesn't it? Love these colours. So pretty. This is much easier. Oh, much faster too. And it's up to you to decide, you know, how much of one colour you want, or maybe you want more of one colour and less of another colour. Totally up to you how you do your little design. And yeah, it doesn't matter if they overlap a little bit. The resin's going to make them sort of float anyway and move. What else do I need more of? It's fun to do. It's hard to know when to stop though. You think, oh, I think I've got enough. No, stop. Alright, now I'm going to try, and I should really go and get my other little scissor things. I just want to put in some little pieces now, like I did before. Oops, flying away. Try and get the thin ones if you're going to be using scissors, because the thicker pieces are a little bit harder to cut. I just think it's nice having a combination of the bigger pieces and the smaller pieces. Oh, that one's quite hard. Oh. See, my other scissors that I use are in the other room. I use them to cut up my dog treats. Oh, I should have just gone and got them, shouldn't I? I forgot. Alrighty, nearly there. There's a little piece. So once I've done this, I'll give it a bit of a torch. Oh, guess what's happening tomorrow? I'm so excited, I'm so excited. My new studio is finally, I shouldn't be saying it, they're probably not going to turn up now. They're finally going to start tomorrow. I'm going to break ground tomorrow. I'm thinking about videoing it so that you can come along on the journey with me for my new art studio. It's actually a triple garage going out the front of my house onto the existing double garage, which I'm in at the moment. Taken over my garage, so that's happening tomorrow. The builder said, yeah, I'll be there on Tuesday, weather permitting, and I looked at the weather forecast and it says fine, so hopefully they won't let me down and they'll be here bright and early in the morning, hopefully. Alright, I think I've got enough, but it's hard to know when to stop. Alright, that'll do. That'll do. I've still got some more. Look, I can do more. I thought if I've got any resin left over, I'll do this little dude, because he's just sitting there waiting patiently. I'll move all that out of the way. See, these have got bits of resin on them now, so they're probably going to stick together. Let me clean up. Alright, so now I'm going to give this a little torch. This being a really soft silicone, you're going to be extra careful with torching. I'm going to pour that onto my stick actually, that way I'm trying not to displace too many of them. Now let's have a look. We need to go right up to the top and try not to overflow, but right up to the top. Dribble down the side. That's okay. Okay. Now, I'm just going to kind of push them down a little bit. Hard to know what they're doing under there. Hopefully this will work, you know, because it's got the slots in it. So I'm just not sure what's going to happen with the slots. Hopefully the little resin pieces will just go each side of it and it won't be a problem. And I can't see down there what's happening, so hopefully I haven't got like too much blank space or anything. Hopefully it'll work. Okay. I'm taking my resin coasters down to the man shed tomorrow to get them to sand it for me. I tried doing it myself and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. They just kept sliding everywhere and sandpaper wasn't coarse enough and oh yeah. Save it for the men to do. It just was not very successful. What's this big piece doing? I don't know what this big piece is doing. All right, anyway, that's all I can do. Oh, look, I've got some left. Let's chuck some in here. Oh, actually, hang on. Do it the right way, Julie. A little bit in first. Swish it around. No point wasting it. Alright, now this is only a little coaster, so it's only going to need little pieces. Oh, alright, he jumped in. He obviously wanted to come in. Let's grab a few more. Just pick out the little-ish ones. A bit more blue. Do you like these colours together? Look, I'm just going to chuck them in. Do you guys use the word chuck over in the States? When you chuck them in, when you throw something in? Chuck. I'm just going to chuck them all in. I would like some smaller pieces though. Let me get some, clean my hands again. Get some smaller pieces in there. It's nice for contrast, I think, having the different sizes. They want to jump in, they're just all jumping out. So you want to pour the resin in. They're not going to stay where I've put them, they're just going to all move. The other thing, like what you could do, is actually just throw all your little bits into that and then tip them into your coasters. I mean, that'll be a lot faster. So I'd like to try that as well at some stage and see how that goes. So it's like a much thicker sort of mix, and it's got all the bits in it. So I want to try that at some stage too. These are long videos, these, where I'm placing and cutting and prodding, so I do apologise, but it has to be done. Now a bit more pink, I think. Whoa! Come back here. Okay, you can go. He's gone. Go in there then. Go on. Get down. Okay, let's put some resin in here. Kind of staying. Just going to put a few more in on top. Doesn't matter if it's a bit thicker, does it? Nope. Don't think it matters. It'll be more like, you know, pouring them all in there and seeing what you come up with. The only thing is, you know, you don't want to waste all your chips because it's taken a long time to make them. And hopefully I haven't got bubbles under there. I'll fill that up to the top. I've got enough for another one. I was thinking, oh, I wonder if I should get one of my bigger coasters out, and then I thought, nah, I won't have enough. I'll just do a little one. And now I've got enough. That's alright. I won't do any more. I'll do something else with the white. Like, because I don't want to waste all my little chips. When your chips are down. Oh, actually, you know what I could do? Let's move that out of the way for a sec. I wanted another colour for this, and I was thinking, because I've got grey, dark brown and pink, and I was thinking what else would look nice, and I think like maybe a lime green might look nice. So there's a bump there. I'll just do half in like a green of some kind. Yep. I'll use the rest of this. I don't want to waste it. What can I use? What can I use? I've got this. It says pastel blue, but it looks green to me. Let's put a tiny bit in there. Let's see what that looks like. Nothing yet. Minty green. Yep, I think that'll look nice with those colours. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so good idea again to spray your mould. It's got lots of little edges and corners and things. And then just, oh, hang on, oh, I forgot my bit of paper towel. use a bit of paper towel. That way if you go over, it'll just spill onto here, and it makes cleaning up so much easier. Not sure what I'm going to do with those yet. But yeah, it's a handy little mold to have for leftovers. And then just grab your palette knife and push it into the holes, into the little squares. And if you're into mosaics, you can make your own mosaics, little mosaic tiles, can't you? Just got to push it in. See if it drips down over the side and just onto your paper towel. And then you just throw it away afterwards once the resin's cured. Makes it nice and easy to clean up. And I'm just pushing all that to the side. Give it a bit of a drop to help the resin go down there. And just pushing it over to the side. That way it's pushing down into all the squares and over. You got to make sure that you don't leave any over the top of those little crisscrosses, otherwise you'll end up with a skin over the top. It makes it difficult to unmold. So just push it over, push it over. These ones on the side here, you won't be using those. There's only like a half a tile, but it's just to basically clean your palette knife off. So there we go. I think that'll look nice, won't it? The lime green? Mint green. It's more of a minty green, I think. Alrighty, let's give that a real quick torch. And my little round a real quick torch. And this a real quick torch again. And I think that's it. Alright, another long video. So sorry. Oh, alright. Oh, you just saw that one, didn't you? Alright, now I'm going to wait a good 24 hours for this to set up, and then we'll unmold it, and hopefully it will work and it'll look really, really pretty. Alright, see you tomorrow. So it's the next day. It's all set up. Let me move that out of the way for a minute. Let's do this one first. See, it comes off nice and easy. Actually reuse that. Right, let's get these little pieces out, shall we? Whoops. They come out really easily. See, if you don't, that was on the edge there, if you don't scrape the top off, they kind of joined, but that's okay. You can just break them apart. But that's why I was saying to you, be really careful to make sure that you scrape the top so that you don't have that little skin. It's probably only on the side though, where I was trying not to push all the resin off the side, you know what I mean? The middle should be just fine. So, look at that. They come out really easily. Now I just have to figure out what to do with them all. I don't really know what to do with them. Has anyone got any ideas? Oh, you're jumping into the cup, are you? Anyone got any ideas of what I can do with these little mosaic pieces? Now, I've got to be careful because I don't want to use these little half ones. Anyway, I'll finish that off later. That's them. Looking really cute. And yeah, let's see what they look like with the pink and the brown and the grey. Do you think they kind of match? Or do I need another colour? I can make another colour, but I just don't know what to do with them all. Alright, let me get those put away. And then we'll get to unmoulding these, hey? I'll just scrape them off into my hand. Whoops, I'm dropping some. Oh, I'm dropping some. I need a bigger cup. Alright. Alright, I'll get that later. Let me get these ones down here before I stand on them and hurt my feet, hey? Alright, there we go. Right. Should we start with this one? Let's do this one first, hey? Alright. Oh, hope it worked. Now remember the last ones, how when I turned them over I had all those bubbles stuck underneath? But I did, you know, put the little tile pieces straight onto the silicone. Whereas these, as you remember, I put down the white layer first. So I'm hoping that by doing that, we will eradicate the bubbles. Oh, shall we have a look? Let's have a look. Oh, wow. That's so pretty. Oh, there's one tiny little bubble just there. But that's fine. I don't mind that. That's so pretty. I guess the only thing is that that one's like really embedded into the white. These ones here, you can see how, because I made the white kind of milky, you can sort of see the tile sort of graduating away from the surface there. That's not bad at all. If you wanted to, you could give it a sanding. But it's a nice, like, it's not too high gloss because it's on the bottom. But if you wanted to, you could sand it and then put a, you know, to get some more of these visible. But oh yeah, I won't bother with that one. That was just a little test piece. So looking good. All right, now let's get to this one. Oh, it comes. Look how easily that comes out. Oh my gosh. All right, now will the next bit come out easily as well? Let's see. Pop. Pop. Ah, I love the noises they make. Pop, pop, pop. Let's do the other side. Pop, pop. See, it's nice soft silicone, so it's really heavy though. All right. Yeah, if you want one of these, they're in my eBay store. Righto. Let's have a little look, shall we? Oh, here we go. Oh, let's do the countdown. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, I've got some bubbles. Oh no. How did that happen? I didn't get bubbles in this one. How did I get bubbles in that one? They're only little tiny bubbles. I might sand that top back because I won't need to sand much back to fill them. Now, I know you can just put clear over the top, but because, see the bubbles there, like it's in the black, but then over here, it's like the bubbles are in the white. Oh, it's not focusing. So if you just put clear on it, you'll still be able to see the black and the white. And then it'll just look, see, at the moment you can see the little black holes in the white. So that'll just be what it looks like, I think, on the clear. Oh, it's really pretty. Ta-da! That's so cool. Look at that. Oh, so pretty. I don't think I'll bother with sanding it. The only thing is, see, if I sand that top bit, I'll have to put clear over the top, and then you run the risk of it sort of dripping down there, and then you'd have to put clear on here till it all matched. So I don't think I will. I'll just put it down to experience and see if I can do better next time. What do you think? It's so cool. Anyway, I will get my other coasters out, and I'll put them in here and show you, because they're a bit bigger than this. They're 10 centimeters. I don't know what this one is, but it's only little. There you go. Love it. That's turned out really well. What do you think, guys? Oh, I really like it. It's turned out really nicely, even though I've got a few little bubbles. Not quite sure how I would get away with that. What about if I put down a little bit of white, kind of let it set a little bit, and then poke them in so that they kind of stuck? I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to keep experimenting. I don't know. I've never done this before. If you guys know, let me know. But yeah, I'll just keep experimenting and see what we come up with, hey? But I'm really happy with it. I love it. Unless you look really, really carefully, you wouldn't even notice. And when all the coasters are in there, you can't see the bubbles. Look, they're hidden. All right. So that's it for this one. But yeah, I will go and grab my other coasters. I haven't quite finished with them yet. I unmolded this before I finished the other ones. But I will show you when they're all done, okay? At the end of the video, I'll take a photo of them outside. So, actually, I might go and do that tomorrow and then finish this video. I'm not sure. Either way, thanks for watching, you guys. I love you all. Take care. Bye for now.